Welcome traders. Today we are trading New York session and I'm going to be watching gold, and we have data coming out called jobless claims data, which is just the amount of people who are claiming unemployment benefits. So people who are out of work looking to claim benefits. This is a piece of labor market data, super important for the markets and very important for the Federal Reserve when it comes to deciding on what they're going to do with interest rates. Therefore, it's going to have a high impact on gold, US dollar, and US equities like US 30 and NASDAQ. So if this data comes out higher than expected, if we get more people claiming jobless claims, I'm going to be looking for gold to follow this data. That means I'm going to be looking for gold buys if the data comes out higher. Now, if the data comes out lower, I'm going to be looking for gold sells. One thing I would add to this is I'm very cautious about selling gold. I don't want to, because this goes against what the Feds are looking for monetary policy. Long story short, the Feds aren't looking to hike rates if we see stronger labor market data. They're just looking to hold rates longer. That gives us a lot of consolidation in the markets. I want to know whether the Fed's going to raise or they're going to cut. So the better opportunity, in my opinion, is if jobless claims comes out higher. That's going to give me a lot of dollar weakness. That's going to give me better gold buys, because this follows what the Federal Reserve wants to see. They want to see a slowdown in the labor markets, so that way they can start being more certain that inflation is going to drop and then start cutting rates. This is going to be good for gold buys. So with that being said, let's get right into our live trading mode. We're 3, 2, 1. Let's see. It came out with a surprise to the upside. Gold actually spiked higher on that. So it came out higher. I want to see if gold's going to move a little more on this. Remember, gold should follow this data. So we're starting to break out the upside here. I want to see if this holds and continues up. I have a small position on gold buys. Finally seeing some weaker labor market data. Dollar's super aggressive right now. You see UJ dropping now. Once again, we just need to see if this is going to hold now. If we take a look at what happened to NFP last time. Even though we're getting weaker labor market data, we still get shit like this that happens, but I still took buys later. And this still ended up playing out for almost 400 pips. So even if this doesn't hold, I have a bias, right? So just make sure we remember that. You just passed the $200,000 funded challenge. Nice. Patrick, if you get the certificate or the email, send it in the wins section. Good job, man. Passed the funded challenge. So yeah, this came out higher, 231K with a max of 220. So this is good for gold buys. Like I said earlier, I don't like where we are in gold from a technical perspective, but the trade's there. It's still pushing higher. You know, it's not moving that fast, so it's giving you guys an opportunity. If you did get in, we'll just see if it holds now. That's all we can do is we'll monitor for a few minutes. We'll see what happens. If it hits this little resistance zone, will be TP1. Dollar looks really good. A lot of dollar weakness right now. Right? Does this make sense now? If I break this down real quick, look at the yields dropping, right? Dollar dropping. We can see gold pushing higher, and then equities now spiked right up to the next support area. We'll see US 30 did the same thing. Yeah, it spiked up, but we need to see if that holds. But at least gold, dollar, everything looks good so far. And then once again, if you look at the data, if I circle this, you can see that little lightning bolt and the arrow to the upside. That means this was a surprise to the upside. And that's gold pushing in that same direction and US dollar pushing in the opposite direction. So everything explained ahead of time playing out right now. Once again, it's just a matter of seeing if it holds. Like I said, I think there's a little bit of risk because of what happened with NFP. Is dollar weakness going to hold? Is gold actually going to continue to the upside? We'll see. That's all we can do is watch. Yeah, I'm in buys on gold too. Yeah, I'll go break even on this. If gold recovers 70 pips in profit, I don't know that I want to be in this anyways. You want to break even too early? Oh, damn. Yeah, this is still really good. Over managing, Tom. But I get it, kind of. Just remember, like NFP, and just keep this in mind. Like, we haven't seen weak labor market data in months. This is the first time other than NFP on Friday, right? This is to me, this is a big deal. If it's going to hold, we don't know. You guys already know, for those who've been with us since at least last week, I thought gold was going to hold. I caught 350 pips on the sweet trade. I thought it'd be way more, but it was, technically, actually, now that I say this, my entry was down here. If I stayed break even, I'd still be in gold buys, but I raised my stops around here. So this candle took me out. So I should still be in those gold buys in the swing trade. Bias never changed. And now we're just getting more data that's helping us follow this. But does this make sense? You know, a lot of people that were still, is it still good to enter gold? No. If you're going to enter gold now, it's already pushed 70 pips. You want to enter now? I mean, you can, but like you're talking about a 250 pip stop loss down here. I'm already break even on it with 50 pips-ish in profit. So I hope it made sense to everybody on what I was talking about though, with like data coming out higher, gold following data, dollar dropping on higher data. Look at dollar. Like, this is such a good move right now. So I hope this makes sense. I know there were some people who were saying they don't really understand economic data, but at least, you know, if you ever hear people say that news is market manipulation and it's all bullshit, like the fact that I did analysis ahead of time and this is playing out exactly as I said, I hope you can throw all that bullshit out the window. The problem with chasing trades and waiting too long to enter after the data comes out is that you're increasing your risk, right? So if you take a look at gold, you take a look at UJ, you take a look at any of these, you know, if I measure gold right now, the entry, I entered here. So I'm already 60 pips of profit, give or take, and you want to enter now, you're now 60 extra pips for your stop loss. You know, my stops were down here, 170 pips later. It was only 100 for me, and now I'm already break even on this, because if it recovers this move, I don't want to be in it. So what a lot of people, like trading data is a whole different ballgame than just looking for a random breakout, because I'm not waiting for a 5-minute candle closure. Like, it's only been 7 minutes and we're already 70 pips of gold. I'm not waiting for candle closures, right? If the data's in my favor and I see the, you know, price actually going in my favor, based on the analysis that I just did for the first 30 minutes of the call, I'm taking the trade. That makes sense? I might take partials on. I'm probably going to take partials now that it's at this area. Yeah. I took partials on break even. GJ, like I took an L on GJ because this little consolidation. So I made it up with gold, but still, I'm still looking for GJ sells later. We'll see if it plays out. To circle back real quick, right? As I said in the beginning, if this data comes out stronger, which it did, I'm looking for the US dollar to be inverse this data. So what that means is opposite. If the data comes out higher, I'm looking for dollar weakness. This is exactly what happened, right? You see dollar weakness here, and you can see the jobless claims came out higher than expected, which means more people claiming unemployment benefits. If we take a look at gold, it's the exact opposite, right? It's up 100 pips now. Data coming out higher than expected, I'm looking for gold to follow this. Even though I don't like enter in the middle of the zone, I still have a reason to take this trade, which is why we just took it live, right? So it's playing out exactly as we had expected. So jobless claims is done. We're done trading this. You can see my trade on gold right here. This is where my trade's currently at. It's risk-free. My entry was down here, as you guys saw already. And I just have something called a runner on it. Basically, that just means I took partial profits. I took about 75% of the trade, and I'm going to let the rest go. It's break even, so it's impossible for me to lose any money on this trade now. The reason I understood that gold was going to go higher when jobless claims came out by looking at the specific numbers, because I understand how economic data is going to impact the markets. I'm not looking for a random chart pattern. I'm not looking for an indicator to tell me when to enter. Economic data, monetary policy, and the things that actually impact the markets, that's my indicator. So what you guys saw was me trading live during that economic data release with my private trading community. We trade live every single day for London session and New York session, and we put a very heavy emphasis on looking at economic data, monetary policy, Federal Reserve or central bank speakers, which are the things that actually impact the markets. So if you want to be a member and trade live with us, we'll put the link somewhere down in the description below. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.